Hello, this is Andrea, and today is February 19th, 2020. It's Wednesday. And remember I told you that this past weekend I was cleaning my bedroom. I was decluttering and stuff like this. Well, I found my childhood scrapbook. Here it is. Anyway, it's yeah, it's really old. I'm not going to say how old, but this is not that acid-free type stuff. So the back of it says, Plymouth Scrapbook can be used for all subjects. From Belmar, New Jersey, a division of SMD Industries. 36 sheets, 14 inches by 11 3/4 inches. See? So I thought I would go through this and look at the things and record it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, or if I'm going to take some things out and keep them. I don't know. So let's take a look. Okay, so you might see a little bit of my tripod because I don't have a fancy setup. But here's my scrapbook, and I can't really get it all in camera, but here we go. Look at the tape marks. So this says, "Welcome home, ex-hostage will kiss the ground in America." I think the other page fell out of here, but this is from, wow, I don't remember the year, but it's when the hostages from Iran came back. Okay, this says, Wiesbaden, West Germany. The 52 former hostages spent their last full days of testing and rehabilitation at the Air Force Hospital there yesterday. Da-da-da-da-da. Do-do-do-do-do-do. I don't know. Oh, here we go. One of the three was said to be Sergeant William Gallegos, who was a 21-year-old Marine Corps guard when Iranian militants stormed the American embassy in Tehran on November 4th, 1979. But this is from the 80s. This is when the hostages were freed. I'm sorry that I don't have the date there. Let's turn the page. The Eagles went to, I think they went to the Super Bowl. I don't remember. They didn't win that year. The first time they wore was one. They've only won once, and it was like, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but this is when a bunch of them showed up down in New Orleans. So for Super Bowl 15. So this is from Sunday, January 25th, 1981. Yeah, and here's just more stuff about Philadelphia fans. So, going to New Orleans. This is the church I used to go to when I was a kid. They just sold this church to someone privately a few years ago. It's no longer a church, but this was First Lutheran Church of Collingdale. This is the first time I was in Alkalite. It was December 21st, 1980. It was Pastor Wetzel at the time. So this church, it also had a rectory, not a rectory. What do they call it? I can't think what it. Oh, the parsonage. There was across the street or around the corner. Yeah, I think it was around the corner. Building for the minister, and it had a secret room in it. So I don't know if it was part of the Underground Railroad or what, but it had a secret room in it, and there were also some hidden rooms in the church up off of the, so when you go in, there's the main floor, and then if you go up these, there's stairs in here, and there's a choir loft that kind of goes around in a U, and then there's a door back here to a place back there. There's another hidden spot up in there. I used to I used to run around this whole building. I knew every inch of it, and I knew every inch of the parsonage. I always knew the ministers and stuff because it was one of the few things I was allowed to do away from my house was to go to church. Okay. So here, this is after President Reagan was shot. Reagan sails through surgery after shooting. Slug removed from left lung of president. There was another person that was shot. Does it say on here? He was ambushed outside of a Washington hotel, allegedly by a 25-year-old gunman with a history of psychiatric care and at least one prior arrest for carrying guns. The others, including White House Press Secretary James S. Brady, were injured in the assassination attempt on Reagan. Brady was fighting for his life after 4.5 hours of brain surgery. So he ended up in a wheelchair after that, and there was Brady did, and there was some kind of legislation that was passed. Listen, I don't remember. I was a little kid. I don't remember exactly what the legislation was. Let's see what's on the back part. Queen names a new Bishop of London. Queen Elizabeth II yesterday named the Right Reverend Graham Leonard as a new Bishop of London, the third highest post in the Anglican Church. The announcement was made by the office of Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher after a Crown Appointments Commission made the appointment on behalf of the Queen. La 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 la. Okay. Then there's something about Lauren Bacall. I don't know. I don't see any dates on here. Oh, look at this old jewelry, these old jewelry advertisements. Oh, all right, let's turn the page. Turn the page. All right, here's the second part of that. The second part of the thing about the presidential assassination attempt. So here's where the White House is, and here's where the Capitol is, and here's the Washington Hilton, and that's where the attempted assassination occurred. So this is, right here, is a ticket for the Empire State Building. And it says, June 26, 1981, I went on a tour of New York City, New York. The tour company's name was McGettigans. Our tour guide's name was Grace. First we went on a Circle Line ferry to see all the sights you could see, like the Statue of Liberty, the mayor's mansion, and so on. Then we rode in the bus to the Rockefeller Center, where we saw a movie called The New York Experience. Then we went to the top of the Empire State Building. Then we ate dinner at Howard Johnson's. Are there even any Howard Johnson restaurants around anymore? Then we went to the St. Patrick's Cathedral, then home. It doesn't say this on here, but I think this was a Girl Scout trip. I'm not sure. But that was in 1981. Oh, this is... Look how old school this is. This is a calendar I printed out on a dot matrix computer. And I don't know if you can tell, but this is like these are all O's and X's, and then there's some dashes in here. That's it. That makes this picture. And there it says February 1981. So this is how the printers used to be fed. So I think I put all of it in here that I had. Let's see. Security is a warm blanket. All right, we don't have to look at all of them, but except for, come on, you have to look at Snoopy, right? All right, let's go. Let's get past all this. Love is a wet puppy dog. I always say love is a warm puppy dog. There's Woodstock. This doesn't want to, oops. See, boys and girls, this is what the old tape used to do. Now everything is archival quality. Now you can buy stuff that's archival quality. It doesn't have acid in it. Well, a lot of the acid is in this paper too. And there's Snoopy. Oops. Charlie Brown. I guess these are the kinds of things that were interesting to me in the early 80s. There's Schroeder. Okay, this is when Princess Grace died. What year was it? Does it say? I don't know. There was a big write-up about it because she's from Philadelphia. Grace Kelly. She was from Philadelphia. She died at the age of 52. Okay. So this was my confirmation, June 7th, 1981. My goodness, I wondered where these pictures had gone. These summer vacation 1983 in Ohio. And this is let's see. There's me and there's my sister, and these are all my cousins here. And we also went to the Canfield Fair in Canfield, Ohio. Yeah, it's like, this is what you got, you know? Sometimes you got, I've always been shaky, okay? I've always been shaky. Let's see what other pictures we got in here. I'm gonna have to take some of these pictures out. Oh my goodness, my cousin's first soccer game. He's in there somewhere. And then there's my other cousin. He's listening to a Walkman probably on the sidelines. And there's my sister. Look, this is HMS Pinafore. I was in that. So was Bob. Bob was the captain of the Pinafore, and I was his daughter. Look, it was only $2 to get it. This is our honeymoon. We did our honeymoon in Washington, D.C. I guess we're patriotic that way. We saw this show at the Air and Space Museum, Calling All Stars. What's this say? Old Europe. Oh yeah, we went to Old Europe to eat. They had German food there. Oh my goodness, this is me as a baby. Do you want to see? I don't know how to do it without making me look weird. Ta-da! That's me as a baby. This is one of the times I went to see the play. You're not supposed to say the name. Well, you're not supposed to say it in the theater, but I've seen this play 3 times. I love going to Shakespeare plays. Shakespeare plays. but we saw this at the Alabama Shakespeare Festival. It's in or near Montgomery, Alabama. It's a wonderful place. Oh, look, this shows that I took childbirth classes. So did Bob. So, in 1991, it says up here. This means that I know that you're supposed to breathe while you're in labor. So, you know, that's basically the important part. There's a picture of me in 7th grade. So, this is the obligatory 70s hairstyle, you know. Oh, I met this guy from One Life to Live, and I just kept his headshot and picture. I think he played a minister on One Life to Live. The flag that we had from 1991, from during the Gulf War. I think we used to have it hanging up, but... So I wasn't a kid anymore. I was married to Bob and probably pregnant with Bobby at the time. There's my letter for cross country and track. I only got a JV letter. That's a long story. I was told I would get a varsity letter. It doesn't work the same way as other sports. Like there's not a varsity, at least when I went, there wasn't a varsity team and a JV team for cross country and track. You just, if you met certain criteria, you got the varsity letter, but I got the JV letter. This is an article in February 14th, 1991 in the Alabama Journal. And it was about a friend of mine owned a metaphysical store in Montgomery, Alabama called the Mystic Griffin. And they did a article about her shop and some love things you could get there. And here, look at this. This is a comic book I made when I was a kid. It's called Dewey Rescues Liza. They were raindrops. Let's see if I can show this okay. We had to do this for, I don't know if it was for art class or what, but I think I was either in elementary school or middle school. Oh, jeez. Oh my God, this is so bad. I'm not going to read it to you, but if you want to pause and read it, you can. But there's Sheriff Shooting Star, and there's Dewey the Dewdrop, and this is Yab. He's the bad guy. And here's, it's supposed to say the hideout, but I wrote the hideout. And these henchmen are like, they're thorns. See how it's a thorn? I can tell. Oh, jeez. Is there a back part to this? Oh, yeah. So, here's when he rescues her. Oh, Dewey, I knew you'd save me. Look at the eyeliner. Holy mackerel. That's funny. I don't know if I can get rid of this scrapbook. It's just too cute. Okay. And I guess that's it. It looks like there was something else back here, but it's not there anymore. So that was a blast from the past, as they say. Yeah, do you have a scrapbook from when you were a kid? Like, do you still have it? I didn't show everything in there because there's some personal family things in there. But, you know, it's interesting to see the stuff I kept in there. But anyway, yeah, I'd like to know if you still have some of your scrapbook stuff from when you were a kid, or what do you do with it? I don't know if I should take some of the stuff out and put it in a new book, or because this thing's kind of unwieldy. Like, look how big and floppy it is. I couldn't get the whole thing in the video really, and it's, you know, it's got all this yellowing paper and stuff. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a good day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.